Many of you have been asking questions, what did Elon Musk do this time? And why does it change everything? In today's video, we are going to give you the answers to your questions. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos. So let's get to it. Here is what Elon Musk did and why it changes everything. In May of this year, Starlink and Google Cloud announced their collaboration to form a new organization to simplify the supply of data and a wide range of cloud applications to users using Starlink's excellent broadband internet and Google's exceptional cloud services. This agreement between the two companies would be extremely beneficial to every internet user. As time goes on, this will meet the ever-increasing internet needs of households, companies and data centers while maintaining exceptional connection speed and reliability. Within a short time, the properties that comprise the Google data centers will house Starlink ground stations, ensuring the secure and reliable transportation of data from 1,735 Starlink satellites to 2 network edge sites through the Google Cloud. In the last several months, SpaceX has been highly active in expanding the Starlink network, launching 408 satellites in less than 3 months. All of that in-face infrastructure department might have served as a precursor to this cooperation and enterprise-focused service launch, as well as assisting SpaceX in expanding the quality and availability of its current consumer services. The Google Cloud private network will also help with the supply of internet service via the means of Starlink's global satellite, which would offer internet and cloud access to a large number of homes and business clients in any area you can think of, which is a very fantastic feature. With corporate demand for cloud computing on the rise, it should come as no surprise to viewers that large-scale corporations and organizations would be the first to realize the benefits of cooperation well before regular individuals. Despite the fact that much of the public attention for Starlink's deployment has focused on residential access across its expanding beta, Google Cloud's income generation will only skyrocket if the collaboration proves to be a textbook classic. This technical union between Google and Starlink also implies that clients making use of the enhanced network reach will not only have access to internet connections, but also to cloud-based infrastructure and apps such as AI and machine learning capabilities, analytics, and more. Gwen Shotwell, President and Chief Operating Officer of SpaceX, expressed her delight, saying, "Combining Starlink's high-speed, low-latency broadband with Google's infrastructure and skills gives global enterprise the secure and fast connectivity that contemporary organizations need." Mr. Holzel, Senior Vice President of Infrastructure for Google Cloud, voiced his excitement at the Google camp, saying that Google Cloud was thrilled to collaborate with SpaceX to guarantee that enterprises with scattered footprints have seamless, safe, and quick access to the vital apps and services they need to keep their teams up and running. This expanded capacity, driven by Google and Starlink, is scheduled to be accessible to clients in the second part of this year. Public sector agencies, firms and network edge presence, and organisations working in remote or rural areas may breathe a sigh of relief now that they can access crucial cloud apps and other necessary cloud services such as machine learning. SpaceX will construct the first Starlink ground terminal at Google's newest data centre in Albany, Ohio, and will thereafter expand to additional data centres. In an ideal world, this would enable Google to compete with Microsoft's lion's share and cloud computing in terms of market dominance by providing the Starlink network with direct access to ground-based network infrastructure to help facilitate network connections for customers who live on the outskirts of existing network access footprints. Connectivity via Starlink's network of low Earth orbit satellites allows these enterprises to swiftly and securely send data and apps to teams spread across the countries and continents. Many of you may be surprised to learn that this is not SpaceX's first engagement with Google. According to spacenews.com, a prominent website for space enthusiasts, Google invested roughly $900 million in the firm back in 2015 to encourage continuing innovation in the fields of space transit, reusability, and satellite manufacturing. Elon Musk, famous for his catchy nomenclature, dubbed the initial launch Better Than Nothing Beta, with user terminals and monthly subscription fees of $499 and $99 respectively. As their email says, the corporation advises you to keep your expectations low for the time being and wait for the final edition. SpaceX is taking a vertically integrated approach to Starlink by developing its terminals and gateways and setting user expectations that they will experience data rates ranging from 50 to 150 gigabytes per second, with latency ranging from 20 to 40 milliseconds, and in certain cases, no connectivity at all. Jonathan Hoffman, Vice President of Starlink and Commercial Sales, appeared to be a fan of the concept and praised vertical integration, saying, "The beauty of being vertically integrated both on the user terminal, gateways and satellite piece of it is that we are constantly updating and improving the connection between those pieces of infrastructure." Starlink's immediate competitors in satellite internet supply, Viasat and HughesNet, offer plans for less than $100, although there are bandwidth restrictions and it is unclear how much data is available. The 500 package includes everything you need to connect to the internet, including your Starlink Wi-Fi router, power supply cables, and mounting tripod, if Starlink has them yet. Nonetheless, it comes with considerable hurdles that the corporation has yet to overcome, including a limited coverage area and a sensitive connection that it must manage on its own. However, earlier this year, claims of a price decrease surfaced, with it being revealed that the cost of producing each user terminal would be roughly $1,500. This is a substantial saving over the cost of the previous edition. According to sources, the corporation is now intending to add lasers to their spacecraft, which has effectively slowed the rate at which they are launching satellites for the time being. Hiatus expressed several concerns that were answered by Shotwell in August at the 36th Annual Space Symposium, where she stated that, "We're flying a number of laser terminals right now in orbit, and that SpaceX is currently striving to integrate lasers into all of its Starlink satellites." These laser crosslinks or laser terminals will enable the Starlink satellites to send internet traffic from spacecraft to spacecraft around the world without having to rely on signals to a base station attached to a terrestrial network. They enable satellites to exchange data and communicate in various ways. Ground-based stations were sometimes expensive to construct and had geographical and political limits on where they could be positioned. But laser connections would allow satellites to transport internet-based communications from one spacecraft to another without requiring the signal to be relayed to a terrestrial network-linked ground station. Aside from allowing the Starlink fleet to reach polar areas, laser lines might also help to minimize network latency or the amount of time it takes data to transit. With this technology, SpaceX hopes that ground stations on Earth will no longer be required with each batch of satellites as part of the satellite constellation that SpaceX continues to grow, and that making this change could allow satellite internet coverage to reach areas where ground stations cannot be built, according to Shotwell. With over 1,700 satellites currently in orbit, the company would need to launch a constellation of over 42,000 satellites into space to ensure global coverage and a mind-boggling speed of 1 gigabyte per second, which has sparked criticism from various segments of society, including astronomers, who claim such a setup would interfere with their readings. Light pollution, as it is referred to for some, might present issues for them since hundreds of such satellites would basically render celestial photographs unusable by generating lengthy bright trails. Musk, on the other hand, disregarded their concerns, saying that as a scientist, he would paint the satellites black if necessary to help them do their job. Another issue expressed by some is the possibility of a collision in space, which the business is attempting to avoid. As previously said, this Starlink utilizes autonomous collision avoidance technology, and the worst thing in the world is to have a collision. Despite concerns about the commercialization of the universe and space traffic jams, Musk is not stopping for the time being and shows no signs of doing so, as he always flies high or does not take flight at all. Have you utilized Starlink connectivity? What do you think of it? And what does Elon Musk's version mean for the internet as we know it? Please share your thoughts in the comments area and stay tuned.